Okay, it's live. Hmm? What's that? Yeah, just come chill. Test 1, 2.
Hold on, what am I looking at?
I'll read the comments. Don't worry about it. It's better if I just focus on the comments, because there's a lot of comments. There's a lot. Welcoming Hernandez, the Magical Forest, vibing and thriving. We got my wife Grace on. Welcoming my wife, mi esposa. How you doing tonight, everybody? Bienvenidos. Say hi to everybody.
Hi, everybody.
It's just... No, I mean, that's okay. Get used to it. And that's just how it's gonna be. More relaxing talk.
Hi, everybody.
Can you move your... Better?
Hi, everybody.
Hello, Hernandez. How's everybody's night doing? Breathing in, be aware you're breathing in. I got my wife here online with me. Or at least she was interested in what inspires you to, like, you like it?
Yeah. It was a new experience for me.
No, it's not.
It was.
It's a new TikTok's a new experience because she's been doing the Twitch before. Mr. Nobody, Miss Gamer here. Guru and Guru Wifey. What do you think? Is it what's different about TikTok? What makes you be here?
It was interesting because I don't even have TikTok myself.
Yeah, she don't even have TikTok on the phone.
So it's just interesting to see how everybody reacts and how they communicate, how we communicate on TikTok. It's really interesting.
When you say we communicate, do you like speaking gently like this? Because nighttime is mainly people are off work. Sometimes they're not sober.
Sure, I'll try.
I mean...
Sorry, I'm not feeling so good today, so my voice is a little bit off, but I'll try.
You sound fine, baby.
I don't feel fine.
Oh, you don't feel... Well, she feels fine enough to want to get on here.
Sure.
Are you both going to play music? We didn't plan on it yet, but in the future, our plan is to do... I'm going to be playing music while she does Zen Sand. Okay? So, I have a Zen Sand table. And then we're going to make a camera up here pointing down while she's doing the sand. just so I think you would like it. That's why, and that you like it, right? This sand table.
Yeah. I bought him a kid sand table before that he never used.
Yeah, cause I mean, I need something bigger. So tried reporting fake TikToks. Yeah, I know. There's a lot of people pretending to be me because when you do free work and you do good job, people use they copy, I told you before, they copy the profile, and there's a lot of scammers trying to get money, and I just do my best to warn people because that's just how it is. There's a good amount of scamming going on every platform, and TikTok has its own thing. Even the whole system, even TikTok as a platform, they in the beginning they make you they create more traffic, and then after you have a lot of traffic, and after you get a lot of traffic, for whatever reason, it stopped. Right. But that's okay, because it's about connecting with the people in front of you and learning how to grow. What inspires you about getting online? Can I pretend to be you? And you could be whoever. Be what makes you happy. What do you think about, like, this is kind of like a podcast. What do you think about this? Of course I made room for you. Got two microphones, the softbox here. What do you think?
I think it's great. I'm grateful that he made some space for me, because last time my legs died, literally.
Oh, okay, like you could not sit. Like you're comfortable. You're more comfortable like that.
Yeah, I'm more comfortable like this.
I think it's what's frozen. I thought you was talking to the chat. Yeah. Yeah, on TikTok there's more energy, more questions, and
the pacing is faster.
Pacing is fast, but what matters is if you're authentic. This is why it's good that there's traffic. Twitch is not as much traffic because it got corrupted by people trying to do their OnlyFans, And so there's a lot of licking the microphone, eating the microphone. And so it corrupted the ASMR section, the one that I was in. And so it made my experience of Twitch slowly, like I started losing faith, which led me to Insight Timer and all that.
But wasn't it the reason why you started on Twitch? Because there were so many people that are not spiritual. What they were seeking for or are seeking for, it's kind of negative. That's why you wanted to get on Twitch.
I started on Twitch because it's where the universe, you don't know why you try. I tried YouTube and I'm like, okay, I'll try live streaming. I never thought live streaming is beautiful because it's good for authentic people. When you have to plan everything, it's good for video making. Now you can authentically make video, but when you're teaching spirituality, you want people to ask questions. You want people, when you're doing a card reading and it's live and people can feel the energy compared to a recorded sound healing.
That's true.
When people feel live energy, there's something beautiful about thing happening now compared to recording. So but of course it takes time to learn how much to talk to the the community. Because yes, I'm multi-streaming on YouTube, Twitch, and Insight on TikTok. And yes, it did take time on how much to read, how not to. It's more about speaking your heart, but knowing when it gets boring, right? When you feel people aren't engaging, we're not responsive. Because when we feel connected, we're having one big conversation, which is a beautiful thing. That even though we're having like a discussion here, there's a connective discussion in the community at the same time. But when the community gets noisy, we're not having one big discussion. There's like 3 discussions on there, which is fine sometimes. And it could be 3 different discussions about the similar, right?
So when you're live streaming, do you follow their discussion or? Depends, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I pay attention to what I feel most connected to, right? So this is why bump your audio. I feel it's like saying hi to people is really important, but saying hi to them and really listening to people. But then there's some people who want to come talk at you, and they're not there to listen because they want to do a lot of. If you just look at TikTok, there's a lot of people that come on TikTok to battle philosophy. People sometimes just
they're bored.
Yeah, they're bored. Prove to me that, like, there's a live stream that says, prove to me God's real or not real. Jesus was Muslim, or it's just controversy, right? Because why? Because when you lack authenticity, you need the headline like Jesus was Muslim. It's like, that's a shocker. And so you have all these people who like get really triggered. And so what's going on? Is that your mom?
Yeah.
It's all good. We don't give a shit. Like we're both lighthearted, you know what I mean? So and of course you'll see the community can be people. The internet can be sassy too. This is why I learned to be more. You have to learn when not to respond to some things.
Crazy got you. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, when not to respond to some things and when to respond. Because some people come in and be extremely rude, or some people roll through the stream.
Does it make your stream interesting sometimes?
For sure. The people that disrupt the stream teach the most, because when you're peaceful and you're chilling and out of nowhere, somebody just comes by and say, Jesus is the only way, Jesus to the top. It makes people, it's an immature way to promote Jesus, because Jesus is a great teacher. But to just go into somebody's stream and blurt out, you should choose Jesus, is Jesus the only way? It's like some people don't know better, but we can learn from that. That is that what Jesus would do? Come my way, everybody. And so when people come to the stream with ignorance, we can either respond with like getting irritated, and some people sometimes do because
it makes them stay.
Yeah, well,
if you react like that, it makes them stay.
Well, there are many Christian people who are part of the community, and when they see another Christian person, it's irritating because it's not what Jesus would have done. Same thing with people who may be, Buddhists. Like I got a guy on a voice chat one time, and he came on here, and he was telling me, no, Siddhartha is the most wisest person. And I'm like, because some people, they just want to come speak their mind but not their heart. Like, people talk about spirituality, but sometimes it feels really lacking feeling. What do you feel about that? I'm sure you met the type where people talk from their ego more than their heart. What's your experience with that?
Well, in what field?
In your experience of meeting spiritual people, because you met Many of my spiritual friends, I'm sure you met some that you might not vibe with.
Well, actually, in the beginning, that was what held me back from, tagging along with you to places, because I didn't know how to deal with people that have different philosophy, that have different point of view in the beginning. I'm not somebody that is willing to argue, So I would either disrespect them by ignoring them when they're existing in front of my face, which is rude, or I would need like a few hours to talk to the people that want to fight with me. So my experience on this matter is not so much. I just try to stay away from those people, just like how you ignore their comments on your streams, right? You just don't give in, basically.
How about this? Let's just jump to authentic people. No, you're good. You're good. Your volume is perfect right now.
Okay, is it?
I'm monitoring it. Okay. When someone is authentic, wait, before you get there, somebody's saying, some people want to be seen in the worst way. They just want to be seen.
But they don't know that it's the worst way.
Right. Yeah, that's what nowadays they call that clout chasing. Some people come to the stream and try to promote like psychic readings. They come to the stream and try to sell card readings while we're live. It's like
the other day, you and we watched a person that was giving healing. He showed me a live stream of a person that was giving healing.
Okay, let me remember how I told y'all there's some Reiki healers that be doing too much, and I showed right the one I got
with your tongue in your eyes. Yeah, so when I looked at that, I was like, what kind of shit was that?
Hey, try not to curse.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Sometimes there's people watch the stream with kids on here.
Okay, what kind of thing was that?
We can curse off stream, but some people's kids they're watching with their kids too.
Sure.
Yeah. So yeah, and so I showed her the live stream, and like I know what's on. I know what I'm about to show her. I show her the guy doing and she started going like the thing is, I want to test if it was just me, or was it really like, because when I watched it, I'm trying to dodge the Reiki because I don't want to be. What did it feel like to see somebody doing like the Reiki? It felt possessive. Like it's trying to get you to feel my love. Feel my love. You. Okay, can you explain what did you feel?
I felt so uneasy. I felt like that kind of energy was, I wouldn't use the word attacking, but I say it like
consent, please. Somebody say in the last document. Right.
Like his vibe made me feel uncomfortable. Like this is not healing vibe.
Latching, they say.
Yeah, and I felt like he was just trying to act. He wants to be something.
There's some truth to that. It's like it's like he's trying too hard, but he really wants to, like, really wanting to send love. He was. Is that you, Kev Beats? Was that you? Oh, no, yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's that's okay. And the thing is, when I honestly, it's funny. I just wanted to get her reaction on it, and I didn't.
But at the end, it was healing. We laughed at it.
Yeah. Well, our laughter is healing.
Yes.
Right. And so, because sometimes people, they try to.
Your face. Your eyes.
Right. And so it's like very like, you deserve the healing. But yeah, consent. It just felt intrusive. I felt like, you know what I mean? When I was looking, I was like,
Like, leave me alone.
no, thank you.
Exactly.
But there was 200 people watching him at that time.
People are attracted to what?
Well, some people really want to be needed because they don't love themselves. Right. Some people really want to be needed. And so having somebody, I want you, let me give you love, take my love. And, but when they're not teaching people love the damn self, you know? What?
No, I just can't get rid of his face in my mind.
Okay, breathe in. Slowly out.
Okay.
And then we showed the more mature lady, right? I went scrolling through. She was an older lady. She looked like she looked young for her age.
I think she's in her like 50.
I think she's older, but she looked younger. Because you know, when your energy is good, it makes you look like a baby. Why was that one more, like, what's the difference with somebody that's more authentic Reiki healer?
So the biggest difference that I saw between the two of them, the guy was trying to make his face pop out of the stream a lot. Like, all the focus was on his face. But when I watched the lady, her face was literally in the back of the light. And mostly it was her hands that took the place of the screen.
And she didn't use too much eye contact to the lens.
Nope.
And you can feel like, ooh, you felt safer.
I felt appreciated. Like, hey, she wasn't like, hey, I'm the Reiki healer, take my energy. But I felt appreciated when she tried to give me the positive vibe. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, I'm not the one that matters right now, but you are the one that matters.
No,
So,
I didn't show her the Jesus dude yet because he hasn't been on that much. The dude that we're talking about, he's on a lot. And when I see his page come up, I do the matrix, just like, you know what I mean? Because I'm aware that the foundation, it doesn't come from self-love. It comes from the need to save people. It comes from it's called a savior complex. Like, let me save you. I want to be your, let me be your savior. And so instead of, and maybe that's what's being taught. Right? When you hear the word, when you're being saved, it comes from a certain culture, Christianity. And some people want to save everyone else but themselves. And that's why a lot of healers become very disconnected and very drained, and
because they soak in.
Or yeah, they soak it in and they don't know how to, or they don't know how to they don't know how to connect themselves first. They help people to feel connected. But when we're more grounded, when we're more mature as a healer, you love yourself first and you feel happy, and then you send the energy. The guy with a copper pyramid on his head was caught.
What?
Caught doing what? What do you mean caught? Yes, that there's only one guy with a copper pyramid was caught charging. For 44. Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, not everybody's gonna be more a bodhisattva. Like to find it's really difficult to find unconditional. I wouldn't say really difficult, but authentically unconditional. Some people act unconditional, but it's not authentic. What do you feel? What can you say about authentic people? Like, what makes authentic people seem authentic? To you.
To me, well, they don't have to act or give love unconditionally, but authentic people are willing to show themselves.
Vulnerability,
like a lot of other things, not just vulnerability, but
yeah,
they are able to show themselves, stay true to themselves, but not rude to other people. How about that? Like, they engage in a conversation with the mindset of wanting to understand what's going on here, understand the person that I'm talking to, and at the same time trying to express my point of view. So we have the exchange of knowledge or energy or positive vibe. That's what I think about authentic people.
Yeah, like one thing I know about authentic people is they do their best to respect everybody, even the people who disrespect them.
Yeah.
And some people are authentic, but they don't have good boundaries, right?
That's what I'm thinking about right now.
Okay, can you talk about being... And Diego is from the temple, so shout out to Diego.
Hi, Diego.
Anyways. What does it...
boundary.
Yeah, like you can be really authentic and have terrible... And Sister Bonnie is here too.
Hi, Bonnie.
She says,
it's been a while.
Isn't it disrespectful when somebody just tries to push their healing work onto you without... It's part of the TikTok culture. Because TikTok, you just scroll through the live and it just... That's Blue Bodhi. She does more fire style. I'm like, ooh. Right? So you can choose. But I like to study different teachers and healers because, what platform do you have this many spiritual stuff? This is why it's very cool.
It's social media, you like it, you stay. You don't like it, you show.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm glad you like it because this is TikTok is the only platform that has more women. Can you believe it?
Tell me about it.
Yeah, I can't.
I don't know TikTok.
TikTok is the only platform that has more women than men. But the foundation came from, creativity, dance, color, fun, right? Things, and it's like it's about connecting with people. I mean, that's social media, but this one is very it's a creative outlet because YouTube can be watching like just dumb videos, instant karma, and things that are really things that don't have color. But when you have color, it's like dancing, expression, musicians, and I have a cushion. Do you want a cushion? No, I can fold two. It's easier for you.
I'm okay. Just realized I'm not used to sitting down.
Yeah, I've been sitting like this for 5 years. So that's why I'm kind of, you've been... anyways, authentic,
boundary.
But no boundary. Why is it really difficult? Because you will meet really, really nice people, but people walk all over them. And I have had many...
I think that those authentic people still need to open their throat chakra.
Okay, what does that mean?
It means you have to be able to exchange. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're taking other people's things and you're not being able to express how you feel, how you think, basically it's one way.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, I'm authentic. I can listen to you. I can understand you. At the same time, I can share some experience, but they only share when it's mutual. There's a blockage for them to, you know, like express the true self. Like I feel like I don't want to be against him. I feel like I don't want to disagree with him.
Yeah.
I feel like, you know, so those people, they need to practice.
That's a lot of people. Yeah, a lot of people don't speak the truth. At the end of the day, it's like it's difficult to deliver the truth that can ruin friendships. But it makes your friends, you know.
But it also leads to, you know, people around you are not able to understand how you feel, what you think.
Well, I've lost many friends myself because when you start to be, there's some things you don't talk about with some friends because they don't want to hear. Like, I have some of my closest friends, I know to not talk about anything about politics. They get triggered. As for some people, they don't want to be told what to do because some people are so smart they're unhappy. And some of the most unhappiest people have the most money oftentimes. It's like sometimes we think we know what we're doing, but we're still not happy. We should know, but we're not. And they also don't want to listen. So what can you do? Be a good friend. But the thing is, because I've tried to be honest to some friends, and they keep making the mistake of going. When you tell them you can love yourself, some people don't even understand to love yourself.
They think it's so pity.
Yeah.
They think they take it in a negative way, like, okay, I've been on earth for this long and I have nobody to love me but myself.
Well, some of them have children. They have millions, but they don't have wisdom. They think they have wisdom because they can read 5 books a day. But knowledge doesn't result in wisdom. And this is your friends, you know, your friends teach you the most. Like your close friends who are close-minded teach you so much. Like some of my spiritual brothers and sisters from the temple, some of them don't make it at the temple, you know. And so the people who don't keep improving, they teach you the most of what not to do. Do you have friends like that are close-minded?
Of course. I have a lot more than him. Because I'm just friends with a lot of people from different places. And not necessarily, they don't have to have like a spiritual foundation, but I still hang with them because they have other things that I can learn from. And those friends teach me the most.
For sure.
Yeah.
Sometimes the universe bless you with people who are manipulative to teach you how to pay attention to that. Because there's manipulative people out there, and the more we're aware of manipulative behaviors, because, you know, when we're good people, we're naive. Like, we just believe, right? I'm gullible. I'm a very gullible person, right? And I want to believe in you. But through meditation, observation, I want to believe in you, but I'm aware of your, you know, I'm aware of, hey, you BSing. You're saying one thing, but then when it's time to be honest, you're not honest. So, because the master teaches, right, when somebody shows you who they are, believe it. And if they say one thing in front of you, but behind the scene, they do another thing, that's who they are until they change. And that's been so true, but sometimes we don't want to believe it because why? We think they're cute or something, you know. What is your experience with people who are like inauthentic people, right? We're talking about genuine people. what how can you sense when somebody is manipulative? What do you notice right away?
I don't know how to put it in words. It's like, how can I tell if they are manipulative?
Yeah.
Like, they try to start conversation. They try to get you to agree with them on things. And a lot of time, those things are negative. Let's say I hate this person and I want you to get on alley with me. So I start a conversation.
One-sided? Or they try to create like they become more they want you to be on their side on everything.
Yeah.
Whenever someone is inauthentic, they have a lot more to hide. That's what I noticed right away. They have a lot more to hide, and they worry more about their image more than their principles. But because people's principles, like the way people behave, they reveal so much about themselves without even needing to tell you. So when somebody is inauthentic, they
talk a lot of what they have, what they achieve, what like what makes them better person. But they never talk about what they lack, what they need, what they want.
The reason why we're talking about inauthentic people is because we have a lot of good people in the stream that have good heart, that sometimes we have been used. Right? Yes, the truth isn't always positive. And so what? We just should not talk about inauthenticity. Right? So this is why we have to talk about it, because it's the damn truth. Sometimes the spiritual ego, right? Spiritual people want positive vibes only. That's called BS. Right? That's why I just tell people, look, if you want positive vibes only, you can also pay $44.44 for it. Right? Right. Yeah, so we started off with authentic people, and then we because we always talk about positivity in the stream, but I think when we have my wife on, we can go a little bit deeper, because there's like a genuine like voice discussion that can reflect really quickly, which allows us to have a money back guarantee. $55.55, buy one get one free. Mega Ape says narcissistic people also have the savior complex because they don't love themselves. Amen to that. As they are also, they don't love themselves, as they are also. They feel they need to save the world. Some of them are like that. I've met some narcissistic people who just like, who isn't trying to save everybody but themselves. Right? There's many, like, I'm trying to do this for the planet. I'm trying to do this for me, but secretly, but they won't tell everybody, What is your, do you feel like, would you say you're an authentic person?
I would say having to deal with a lot of people that don't have the same background and foundation as me, I have to be inauthentic sometimes.
And what does that mean? Like, what makes you have to switch between? What does that mean to, like, what do you do to be inauthentic sometimes? Lie.
Like I said earlier, I would back up.
Welcome, Amanda, everybody.
I would back up and, just allow the conversation to be one way. I would stay reserved.
I wouldn't say that's inauthentic.
Because it's hard for me not being able to speak the truth.
Yeah.
The moment I have to, I need to. So it was hard for me to, just stay reserved and okay, cool. Allow them to, say whatever, express whatever, and then move on from that. Because I knew for some people when they're not ready to take the truth, yeah, it can be terrible.
I mean, I do that on a daily basis on here because some people come to talk at you. But those people are not really my friends. Because friends have a two-way communication. The acquaintance, people who drive by and blurt out Jesus to the top, or people who just are acquaintances, or bosses, right?
Especially.
It depends on what role we're playing. But when it comes to French, I choose to not have inauthentic friends, but acquaintances. Yeah, some people love complaining. I'm not gonna complain back. Some people love gossiping. I'm not gonna gossip back.
Those are manipulators.
Yeah, and so there's a way that sometimes I crack more jokes around people who gossip a lot, because I rather crack jokes and clear the gossip and clear the energy than to keep bouncing back the gossip right? Because oftentimes gossip people are not learning from people. They're just talking crap. But there's a difference between just talking, gossiping and actually learning, like, what is learning the consequences? Why did they do that? Why did they lie? Or why did somebody get kicked out of the temple? Why did this and that happen? Instead of like, did you hear about this, and so it's there's so much to learn from people that if we don't learn from people's mistakes, we're gonna make it ourselves, right? Let's see, sometimes works makes me be unauthentic, and I have to mold into someone I'm not for the business. Yeah.
True.
So this is why, and it's up to you. There's a consequence to everything, right? Because there's a role, right? When you're in a business role, like, people aren't trying to like mindfulness and meditate and zen and all that. They're just trying to get the job done.
Yeah, or not.
Or not, or just stand around and talk crap.
That.
I stay away from people who stand around doing nothing all day, because it makes me like that, right?
Yeah, I experienced the same thing at my restaurant jobs. It was hard because a lot of people just enjoy, in the meantime, when they're not doing anything, they just like to talk crap. They like to gossip. And it happened like both ways for me. Once I tried to stay away from the gossip, everybody just automatically eliminated me from the conversation, from anything. So I felt isolated, but I was at peace. But when I changed that with other place where I worked at, I try to put in a little bit, like, jokes. Like you said, I crack jokes. I'm not gonna give in the BS, but I crack jokes, and I felt inauthentic. Even though, I didn't give in, but I still feel inauthentic. It makes me uncomfortable. So that makes me have to switch to, to an inauthentic mode. just to be at work, just to survive, basically. So I totally understand that.
JFB, how did you come to your place? Was there a event or circumstance that afforded you to choose this space? Like, what do you mean? Like this actual, like this space as in the physical space, or like my life? I this is why there's a role for everything. You know, when we're at work, we're there to work, not there to chit chat and be authentic. Now, honestly, at work, at the Cheesecake Factory, I learned that authenticity, it can change your whole work environment, because it's really difficult for people to be authentic at work, but when they know you to be, it pushes all the inauthentic people away naturally, because they don't want to speak from their heart. So when I learned to care about people who didn't care about me, like for example, somebody would come to work looking like crap, okay, and I'm like, hey, how you doing? Do you need some green tea? Because right now you look like you need it. That's authenticity. Oh, they need help serving food to their table. They need help picking. So the more you support people from your heart, they feel it, and it changed the whole environment, because you're doing a little bit more to support people. Right now, the first 2 years that I worked at the Cheesecake Factory, I didn't give a crap. But through almost getting fired, you know, it made me try my best. And then I found a quote called "Follow your bliss." Do the thing that make you feel joy. And I didn't know it would, like, I didn't know that my whole, and at that time I was learning law of attraction. When you're positive, all the negative people repel, and I didn't know how powerful it would be. But everyone that treated me like crap left the company somehow. And I was like, dude. Let's see here. Let me see here. Did you both find this? I change. I'm not sure what you're typing. Did you find this? Meiji. Okay. How do I stop any events that's not working in my favor here lately? How do I stop any events that's not working in my favor lately? Like nothing has went my way. Okay, so it looks like G Snap 83 Awake has been experiencing.
My brother.
Oh.
Sorry.
Ciao.
And
Ciao An. Her brother is on Facebook. Ciao An. So when life's not going your way, what is like how do you change that?
well, I would say you cannot change what's happening, but you can change what's happening inside of you. Open your heart to see the opportunity out of the unfortunate.
Yeah.
Because when life is not going your way, that means there are lessons to be learned.
She says, I feel like it's a huge test for me and the husband. So is it happening between you and your husband, or you and your husband are going through circumstances that is testing you, right? That's making it more challenging. Yes, this is my wife, Grace. Thank you for the music. Yeah, today. Okay, so it's happening to you and your husband. Life is not supposed to be easy all the time. Right? The reason why you came into America was because your life had a lot of misfortune. I'm teaching spirituality because I found I experienced hell in life. But the hell in life would show you heaven. Right? Before I can find my wife, I had to get heartbroken many times, and I think same for you. You get confusion, they dump you, they took your dog or whatever. But all of this leads us to something greater if we just keep going and be strong. Him and me both until we met, yeah. And so I had many misfortunes with almost near-death experiences in the trap house, being a failure to my parents, and
You're not a failure. But okay.
I mean, like at that time, you know. But if none of that happened, we would not be in this dope, amazing, like this is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
But at the time, it just doesn't make sense. Why is my life so terrible? At that time, I think the only reason why I'm here is because I don't know how to give up. What about you?
Same.
We don't know how to give up. And that's why we have a good marriage, we have good communication, and we forgive each other easily because we're both really imperfect. And we're clear that we're both really imperfect, and because we've made mistakes and we talk it out, but we never think about giving up. The ego may think give up, but the heart goes,
I'll just work another way.
yeah,
I'll just figure out another way.
Yeah, we'll find another way. And it leads us towards things that we enjoy, like she does ASL, American Sign Language. And then I'm here. You know, we found the master. You were trained at the temple with the master for 2 years, but you went 5 days a week or every day?
During the whole year of COVID, it was every day for the both of us.
Yeah, so we were together with the master, and he did not hold back on us because, yeah.
I cried so many times.
Yeah, she cried a lot. Because whenever there was COVID, not as many people go to the temple, but we were there. So he was not gonna just like be chill. And so eventually you left because you were ready to.
I didn't leave, but
yeah.
I chose to follow my career.
Yeah.
And it takes a lot of time and effort.
Yeah. And yeah, which led you to the ASL. And well, at that time you were doing engineering, audio engineering, right?
No, after COVID, I started ASL already.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You both have a lot in common, similar to us, seriously. Especially with my husband, yeah. But of course, to find your partner, you naturally will attract. Like, but we have to work on ourselves first. And, I'm just grateful that that it's love your damn self. Like when I first met Grace, I showed her, hey, love your damn self. After a year, she understood, and I was like, okay, she might be the one, because I was not gonna settle for somebody who like was putting me out above themselves. And when I saw that, I was impressed, right? Like, and so for many of you who are looking for a boyfriend or girlfriend or a partner, loving yourself will attract you quality people.
For real.
Can you expand on that? Because you had a point where you did not love yourself. I mean, me too.
Because I feel like it was cool. I didn't know that you can be in a relationship and you can still love yourself and you can still put yourself first. Because for us women, the mindset has been taught since, generation and generation. We grew up seeing our grandmother, our mother, like sacrifice. They use the word, they label them sacrificing for the family, for the man. My man is, you know, my God or something. Sorry, no disrespecting, but like they put their man first. They put their children first. Yes, of course. But you know, like if once you put somebody like before you wake up feeling like, okay, I have responsibility to be good for other people. But what about you? And then, you know, I took his words, I took his advices, and then I started to practice. So every day when I woke up, I would think to myself, okay, today is the day for me. Today is the day to love myself a little bit more. Today is the day I would think about my feeling before I think about his. Today is the day I feed myself when I'm hungry before I think about, okay, what I'm gonna cook for him, what I'm gonna buy for him. And that feels freaking amazing. And that's when I realized, like, I don't know what's like, it's like an enlightenment moment for me. Like,
Yeah.
okay, I
The
can
light
love
bulb.
myself.
The
Yeah.
light bulb came on. You're like, oh.
I can love myself when I'm loving him also. And when, you know, and yeah, it's wonderful.
Of course, it took about a year of just explaining to my wife, look, dear, look, I love you, but I just love myself a lot more. And without like in the first time I felt bad because she cried because she thought telling her that I love myself first, she thought it meant I didn't love her. So for a whole year, I would just sit with her. Look, I know you're crying, you're sad, but look, I love you. I just love me way more. And my family's next, my community is third. You're still number 4.
See, I'm number 4.
Yeah, and the thing is, she's on the list. But when you get married, you become part of the family. But before family, you cannot put that. You cannot put your boyfriend or girlfriend before your community, before your family, and before yourself. Right? So self, family, community. And so as we have more commitment, as your partner shows you respect and you get married, then they become part of the family, because many people dump their family to go be with their girlfriend and boyfriend and then move out and then dump the community and dump themselves. And so, yes, this is my wife, Brother Errol. Thank you for being here. Can you elaborate why not before the community? What do you mean? Like, why? Okay. The community, right? Because if you think about this, you're first, right? Your family, because you would not exist without your family. And your community comes from your principles, right? So everything that's outside of that, it messes with your strong foundation, right? When your community helps you strengthen your foundation, your family. The girlfriend or boyfriend is not unless they're, right, it's somebody who is not matured in the system yet.
Can I ask a question?
Mm-hmm.
So what would you still keep the orders the same for people that come from broken family, where they don't have that strong foundation?
Yes, because when you love yourself, you learn to heal your family. And when you heal your family, then you find a harmonious community, right? So my family was not harmonious at first, right? My mom was, my parents were fighting each other a lot verbally, and just arguing about dumb stuff. And it took me standing up for so before you help your community, you gotta help your first community, called your family. Okay? You gotta help your family first. So when you have an awakening, many people will just forget their family and just skip to community, because they say my blood family is not my spiritual family. And so that's the ego doesn't want to face the dirty work of healing your family, and so they don't become a healthy healer. Because how can you heal the whole world but not learn to like help your mom or dad be more happy, but not perfect.
Yeah,
Just,
but let's clear it up. Helping your family doesn't mean bringing them back together.
oh yeah,
Yeah, you gotta clear that part.
yeah. They just need to be happy with who they are, because the foundation of happiness is happiness with yourself. Your mom, if you're separate, mom just needs to be happy. Dad needs to be happy.
Yes.
What if your family did something really bad and they are just toxic? The karma with your parents will still exist.
And be an example.
Right? So my mother and father, my mother also was very toxic. Okay, so imagine if I just skip helping my mother, I would not gain the patience I have today. I would not gain the strength I have today to help people. Right? The words doesn't mean the same concept for all. Yeah, exactly. Because sometimes the community, it's like Buddhism, but it's not exclusive to just one group. It means the community, like the world, helping others, right? That's what it means. Some people will want to help the world, but can't help the people that help them exist. And so because your mother helped birth you and your father helped create you, we should help them find joy. We should help them heal to a place where they're good. Because if you help the world and to come home to see your parents miserable, how is that fulfilling? Or you only see your parents on the holiday time, right? And every time you see them, you don't even want to see them. Why? Because you have karma with them that you have not helped and healed. And many people will skip that part, and then they wonder why their healing is not very successful. How can you heal others if your own karma, which is you're half father and half mother, if half of your energy is miserable, if your mom is sitting there depressed, how are you going to help the world coming back home to your depressed mother, who may be toxic, yeah, who may be the worst case scenario, but are you just not going to try? I decided to try, but it took me 3 years. Because why? It didn't make sense. How could I help the world but not my own family? What do you feel about that? Does that make sense to you?
It does make sense to me. Well, I feel you, whoever was having the comment earlier. Nisha.
What if they don't want to be helped there?
Yeah, so that was the case for my family. So I came from old tradition. I came from Vietnam, and yes, our parents don't want to be helped.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want to be told what to do, how to do, what they should do. So I just show myself as an example.
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay, when you see me get back on my feet after my mom's passed away, when you see me choose to live my life, when you see me be happy, when you see me choose whatever makes me happy in my life, doing everything for myself, they started to look at that. And of course I don't know what they thought, but I assume, or not let's not say assume, but I can see that they started to follow what I'm trying to do with my life. They pay attention that, okay, I choose happiness over arguing with them. I choose happiness over, how do you describe this? Like
drama.
Like keep touching on the past. Like keep holding on to the past.
Yeah.
What happened between me and my family, my relatives, right? I choose to not focus on that and move on. I still smile at them. I still say hi to them whenever I see them. But well, if you're still holding on to it, it's on you. So I just live my life happily. And they started to see that. And, you know, we're getting loose. So
What I'm talking about to like helping parents, it seems controversial in the spiritual community because a lot of people aren't doing it. We skip our family. Imagine this, if I didn't help my own parents, I wouldn't be here right now. That's the truth. I like the purity of helping your roots, right? When you clear, like, cause why they birthed me. And when you heal your creator, right? Which is the person that help you exist. You clear so much karma. Why? Because it's so difficult that many people can't even conceptualize it's possible. Right? And so
it's an invisible connection. It's an invisible
which is
root that
karma.
gives you the energy.
Yeah.
Like the positive energy that you would never imagine you could get from when all of your family is happy.
Yeah. We're not telling them to have an awakening. We just want to make sure they're good.
Yeah.
And that's it. We're not trying to get them to like super light worker, right? Just make sure that they're good and they're mostly happy.
Genuinely happy.
Yeah, yeah. It's not like I'm not here to get my mom to come to a sound bath and melt and light incense with me. Right? It's like on a daily basis, is she good? My dad, are they good? But when they're not good, then we gotta address it because, again, how can you help the world when your mother or father need your help? And so it's a beautiful thing because it allows me to not, because imagine being on here inspiring the world and my mom's sick or father's sick. So if imagine right, and so if I have healing techniques but my and I can only help, and I'm only helping everyone else but my family, I will stop everything I'm doing. I wouldn't stop everything. I would spend a lot of energy focusing on helping my mother. What did it take to help my mom? I had to read new books. I had to meditate more. I had to use visualization, how to talk to her when she's toxic. Because my mother doesn't like to listen. I was like, how do I get my mom to like be open to listening to knowledge? What did I figure out? Listen to her first, and then she'll listen to you. But I didn't know that listening to her first would be 2 hours of listening to her like vent about so many things. But after listening to her vent for 2 hours, the next time it would be just 1 hour. The next time would be 30 minutes. And then when her energy was tired from complaining or venting, her heart was open because she felt somebody cared enough to listen to her that long. And then I told her, Mom, how would you like to feel? How can we help you feel better? And when you ask that, you can tell like somebody cares about me. Because imagine her whole life, there's nobody who would just listen to her for 2 hours because they love her. Not even her own husband sometimes. I'm serious. I'm serious. So for her son to sit there and just listen to her heart, I could tell like this is why I'm just so grateful, you know. And I had to read the 5 love languages. I figured out her love language was affirming words, but she doesn't like it. It's like her love language that she wants, but she's insecure about it. I could tell when she says it, she blocks it, but she really likes it, so I don't use that too much.
She likes to receive, but she doesn't know how to give that yet.
She likes gifts, but she won't admit it. Because you know why? When you pay attention, like this year I gave her a Burberry
Burberry perfume.
And she likes brand name stuff, but she'll never ever tell you she does, because she comes from poor family, poor beginning. And I went to Marshalls because I know she needs bougie. You know, when you get, because all her friends bougie, because, you know, Burberry, whatever, from Ross or whatever. I was like, you know what? I know they like that pattern. The ladies like that Burberry pattern.
Really?
What?
Am I not a lady?
No, her age.
Okay.
At that age, I'm not for her, right? And so I'm like, how can I? And it worked because she was like lit up. She usually does not like excited about any gifts at all.
I was there too. I saw it.
And I was just like, finally, you know what I mean? So
mission completed.
But it requires so much, like just sitting there and thinking about, okay, what to get her. And but of course it could be as just simple as washing the dishes. It could be as simple as doing a little bit more to show love. That's all she needs. Just around the house, give a crap. Do things. And when you need her, she's there. When she needs you, you do it. And the same thing with my wife, you know. I'm always looking at how can I keep the relationship alive, even though I'm streaming a lot, right? So I'm great that Grace is here because you get to be in the dojo, like the space that you know, the space of what I'm doing, and I'm glad I can be in the space where you do sign language, and it means a lot because this is my life, you know what I mean? This is my dream.
We start to have connection.
Yeah.
With what we do.
Yeah, it's
like seeing you in another angle. And when you see me in another angle, it's just like this. We're still discovering each other. Hold on, can you lower the mic, because
the light?
The mic, because I'm trying to reach it. Like, yeah, better.
Okay.
Good, better.
Oh, you don't. Okay, you don't. Okay. But you're both loving and supportive of each other. Yeah. No, that's why I'm with you know, with Grace, because when we were being trained by the master, we didn't talk very much. And that's how I know, like, wow, she actually might be the one. She still loved me even though we haven't talked for months. Right? That's a prerequisite right there. We haven't talked for months and she still loved me.
Because we both focus on ourselves.
Yeah, because we're both in like a Zen discipline with the master.
Yeah, for months.
For months.
And remember when you left me to Thailand to become a monk?
And I left to Thailand to become a monk for like 5 weeks or whatever.
It wasn't 5 weeks.
Okay, 6 weeks.
Probably. I felt like it was 2 months.
It felt like 2 months, but it was about 6 weeks. Okay. And yeah, that's okay. You know, this is why we're together, because there's a trial, right? There's a test for everything. Like when you're in the beginning, like, golly, she's always crying at me, or she's always crying.
Not always.
Okay, not always, but often. And it's like, is this gonna work out? Because she's crying a lot. But I was willing to. I remember that relationships are built on sacrifice.
Yeah.
And so I was willing to do my part to make it work, because I'm aware, like, the honeymoon part, I'm not looking for that high school BS. I'm looking for a strong, you know, somebody's strong heart.
Okay.
Can we agree 6 to 8 weeks? Do you guys still keep a feminine and masculine role dynamic?
Yes.
Yes. I mean, there's some times where I act more feminine because I like to play around in a feminine manner. Like when I'm joking, I'm more feminine.
You wash clothes.
Yeah, I do. I do the laundry. Most of it. She hates doing the laundry. Right? So I don't mind it because I realize it makes our life work. You know what I mean?
I'm super grateful for that.
I can tell she does not like dishes and she does not like the laundry.
But I do dishes.
And to me, I don't mind it. You know, because if I'm doing the laundry and our lives are improving, let me do all the laundries. And that's why I kind of surrendered, like, okay, my wife does not like to do laundry. I don't mind it. And our life's improving. If our life is improving and it's just me doing the laundry, then I realize God needs me to do the laundry. That's how I see it. I'm honest, right? God needs me to do the laundry full time, and I really don't mind it because there's an impersonator. Yeah, I got like a lot of impersonators, right? If God needs me to do the laundry to make my life work and our life work, that's what's gotta happen. If she needs to take over the Prius while I fix the Cadillac and use all the money, whatever, right? That's what's gotta happen because we're gonna make this thing work. It's about making your life work, brothers and sisters. But there's foundations. I'm aware that you need to define something that you feel is your purpose. When you found ASL, American Sign Language, I knew like that is like marriage material now. Because it's hard to trust you when you don't even have a dream, when you don't have a vision of your life. But when you have something, when you have a vision of your life, it was like, ooh. You know, it's like, okay, you got depth. There's something deeper. And this is what makes it beautiful, is that you found something that you feel connected to. That's not just me.
That's what we talked about earlier.
Yeah.
About how men and women should be attracted to the partner that have
ambition.
Purpose.
Ambition.
Yeah.
And that's when I realized, okay, she's not here for the surface level. And that's why, like, that was the last, like, after that part, I realized, okay, because now that she found ASL, how can I get to the next level? Is it hard to sleep together when I stay up?
So interesting.
Recently, she's been going to bed before me because she has to teach summer school.
Yeah.
And so our life is dynamic. Sometimes it changes, but the goal is make your damn life work, people. Right? She knows I'm streaming like 10 hours a day. Good night, Arrow. Right? Because why? We got dreams to follow. We got dreams to develop. Mm-hmm. You have your dream, and we have a dream as a partner, but we're not here to be like, we are spiritual couple. Like, there's some people, that's their dream. Right? And so for us, a woman can be spiritual and still expect a man to care for her financially. It depends on, every relationship's different.
We talked about that earlier too. Like, it depends on the woman. Like, if she has to, it's different. But if she chooses to, it's different. Yeah. Yes, she can be spiritual and her man can still care for her if she has to. If they have to, if they're put in the situation where it's necessary.
We talked about the housewife issue.
Yeah. But basically housewife, because they stay at home and they don't make money. But if the woman chooses to not making money, then it's different.
There's
It's like
consequence.
purposely putting the responsibility onto the man's shoulder, and that's not fair.
There's a cause and effect to everything, right? If you are a stay-at-home partner and one is working, but you both have a job. One job is be an amazing stay-at-home, right? Which means you may have more time. And with that time, if you don't find if you don't go to the gym, you don't exercise, and your husband come home and there's no food, so if you have to practice traditional roles effectively too. Now we're not really the most traditional couple at all, because that's what works for us, right? But for somebody who's traditional, right, you have to learn to balance. Like, you have to learn to clean the house, make it welcoming, be a homemaker. Because if your husband come home and the home's not made, what the heck, right? So the husband feels like, why is she home? Just raising kids only? Right? There's other stuff to do. So you have to talk it out. Because if the husband come home and doesn't express this and that, so a lot of it is about communication. Can we afford a nanny? Can you afford a nanny or not? Or, right? Or even with, with every detail in a relationship, talk it out, or else it's not gonna work. Right? So we talk about everything as much as we can, so that we don't have to BS each other and pretend to, even about having kids or not having kids, even about what's expected of me if we go to Vietnam. Do I have to like have a tea ceremony and like wear the hat, or she has to wear the hat, I have to bow to her ancestor on the altar, right? Because talking about things, it unites us. Being vulnerable, it unites us. But pretending to be on the same page but we're not is the worst. Right? Not talking about assuming, right? Assuming can destroy a relationship. I assume the home should be made. I work all day and you're on TikTok all day. Whatever, right? And so you have to see, or this is why the foundation of everything, love yourself first. This is why when you don't love yourself, it's a terrible foundation for relationship. Let's do our final word. What are you feeling today?
I'm feeling great. I'm feeling connected to, would you call them audience or viewers? Or?
I call this my brothers and sisters.
Oh, cool. I feel connected to your brothers and sisters now that they become my brothers and sisters.
Yeah, we are Mystic Village family. At the end of the day, we're just unconditional loving community. And we're here to have real talk to make life work. Like, we have real talk. And because we learn it from the master, honestly, we learn a lot from our master.
Earlier, I saw somebody commented, I like deep talks. So we also enjoy deep talks. And being able to have, our deep conversations and have you guys engage. And yeah, I feel like everybody is heard. Yeah, it's interesting. It's something new for me.
Yes. A lot of spiritual people are single. And are looking to find balance in life. Or a lot of people are single, not even spiritual. And so through us, we're sharing our journey and vulnerability, because it's why we're happy. The vulnerability and but of course, we're coming from our parents are traditional. Your parents are traditional and my parents are traditional. But in a modern world where things are non-traditional, it's why this happens. It's why we're on TikTok talking about authenticity and, let's see here. as much as we would single stay-at-home mom here. Yeah, so that's why we're here to share with you our opinions, our experiences, and you might not agree with us on everything.
I feel not bad, but like I feel so inexperienced because we don't have children, we don't have kids, so I see a lot of people are sharing, about their kids and how they're dealing with their life right now, having kids and having to raise them as parents or as single parents. So
shout out to Crystal. Go ahead.
I'm learning from you guys, sharing about your experience here.
Do you want kids? Initially you did, right?
Say again, I'm sorry.
They asked if you want kids. Parkour?
Yes, we do want kids, but we don't want them now.
สวัสดีค่ะคุณ Jasmine.
สวัสดีค่ะ
Yeah, I'm open.
ค่ะ
I'm open to children when it's time, It's just when it's time we'll know. And it's more about how can you raise a child if you can't raise if you're not even happy with yourself. And that's why the child becomes unhappy. So again, I'm grateful for Grace joining us, and even in the future we may continue to do talking like this, or we could do a sand table. You can see her doing the sand, and I'll play the sound healing while she does sand. And that's just the idea for now, because that's another effort. But I think just talking is enough for now. And then but does that vision excite you that you do a Zen sand table? นี่คุณภรรยาค่ะ
สวัสดีค่ะ
น่ารักทั้งคู่เลยค่ะ she says.
What does that mean?
They're both so cute.
Aww.
So again, thank you for your openness. Thank you for being vulnerable together, and the goal is to and she, I was like, today I was willing to not stream to spend time with my wife, because you are my life too, and my life allows me to be on stream or not stream, and so grateful to be here. And how did you get her a better did you get her a no, you're good. She just needed more
I just need
space.
More space
room
for my legs. So yeah.
So you're fine. You can do another hour.
Yeah.
In the future.
I feel great. Somebody said I can teach ASL. Somebody said
you're gonna do ASL as I'm talking, and then when you're talking you do ASL too.
Sure.
God.
I can see that happening in the future.
Yeah, there's some, who knows? We don't know where the universe will take us, but we just follow what feels right and be real. And so anyways, thank you everybody. You may see her sometime soon, and the whole goal is to creatively be on here, because talking all the time at night, maybe do an hour of sound bath and Zen sand table, and then maybe like an hour talk in the evening time, something like that, so that Grace can get into a creative expression. And who knows where the universe will take us, but authenticity is the key. And thank you for engaging with us. And some topics may be more sensitive, but we gonna talk about them. And I'll be here. And so thank you for your time. Thank you.
Thank you.
The end. On top here, thank you Easy E for your Twitch Prime, Aurea, thank you so much. Huma, love your damn self.
Thank you.